Let me ask you something uncomfortable. When someone gets close to you, really close, what do? Do you open up? Or do you find a reason to push them away? Maybe you go quiet. Maybe you get cold. Maybe you suddenly feel like you don't need anyone at all. If that sounds familiar, stay with me, because what's happening inside you isn't weakness. It has a name. And once you understand it, you will never see your relationships the same way again. It's called defensive detachment. Defensive detachment is a psychological pattern where the mind emotionally withdraws from people or situations, not because it doesn't care, but because it cares too much and is terrified of getting hurt. Here's the simplest way to understand it. Imagine you touched a hot stove when you were young. Your brain immediately learned, stoves are dangerous, don't touch. Now replace stove with a person, someone who hurt you, someone who left, someone who made you feel small, unwanted, or not enough. Your brain ran the same program. People are dangerous, don't get close. And from that moment forward, every time someone tried to reach you, your mind activated its protection mode. It built a wall, not out of cruelty, out of survival. The cruel irony of defensive detachment is this: it works. When you emotionally disconnect, you don't get hurt. When you keep people at arm's length, you never have to risk abandonment. When you stay behind the wall, you feel safe. But here's what nobody tells you about walls. They don't just keep pain out, they keep everything out. Joy, intimacy, real friendship, the feeling of being truly known by another human being. People with defensive detachment often describe a strange emptiness, surrounded by others but feeling completely alone. They wonder why relationships feel hollow, why love never quite lands, why they always feel like an outsider, even in a room full of people who care about them. The wall they build to protect their heart became the thing imprisoning it. The tricky thing about defensive detachment is that it disguises itself as strength. You think you're being independent, but you're actually avoiding. You think you're protecting yourself, but you're actually isolating. You think you don't need people, but deep inside, a part of you is desperately waiting for someone safe enough to let in. It shows up as suddenly picking fights when things get too good, feeling suffocated when someone loves you too hard, convincing yourself you're fine alone right after a deep connection, sabotaging things before they can hurt you first. Sound familiar? That's not a character flaw. That's a nervous system that learned the wrong lesson from the right pain. So how do you stop building walls? You don't tear them down. That's too fast, too terrifying. You build a door. You start small. You share one true thing with someone you trust. You let one person see one imperfect part of you, and you wait. Most of the time, nothing terrible happens, and your nervous system gets a new data point. Closeness doesn't always mean pain. You do it again, then again. Slowly, the wall stops feeling like protection and starts feeling like a prison you have the key to. The walls you built, they made sense when you built them, but the version of you that needed them, that version was surviving. The version of you watching this right now, that version is ready for something more. Bridges aren't built for people who've never been hurt. They're built by people who chose to cross anyway. Are you ready to build yours?